Hey there, you're listening to Tea with a Case, where we get honest about what's hard, like being in a hot, sweaty Costa Rica. Laugh through the awkward, because you're going to have lots of them, and uncover the magic of real connection, even when we're so much further away than we were before.
Yeah, that's right. I'm Kim, and this is Kristine, and we're here to talk about things that are real and vulnerable to us and things that relate to everybody else. We are moms, best friends, and life coaches, and we like to get real here. And every week we meet here to fill our cups with truth and love and space and maybe a fan, because I'm dying here.
So as you can tell, if you've been following us, Kim's background is a little bit different, and it's not one of those makeup backdrops. It's real. She's in Costa Rica, and you arrived when?
We arrived Tuesday evening to our location right now, and it is now Friday. So, yeah, it's been an adjustment, and this is all real.
And we meeting you and your two kiddos and their ages again.
8 and 9.
8 and 9.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we are adjusting, and that's what we're going to talk about today is like our adaptability as humans and how we resist our adaptability into situations, because our mind likes to tell us that we're not good enough, that we might fail, that we can't do this, whatever the little negative talk is that keeps us away from pursuing our dreams because of the uncomfortable moments, and even things like physical things that might deter us too, like the bug bites and the hot weather.
So tell us more about this adaptability and the discomfort or the comfort, like the mix. It's like a mix, it sounds like, of the comfort and discomfort, the dream. Like, what's the dream, Kim? Like, why are you there?
That's a good question. I think the dream is to eventually be back here one day. I used to live in Costa Rica for a while, and that's why I know somebody here who is willing to host us for 3 months. But I think the dream is to eventually come back here, because it's always felt like home to me. And whether that is like a summer home or a permanent home, we're not sure. That's not here or there. But yeah, coming back here, like my soul knows this place. My soul knows I'm happy here. And my mind can sometimes get in the way. Like when we came down at the hottest time of the year. It's the rainy season, the start of the rainy season, and the bugs are intense. And, it's very uncomfortable. We are loaded with bug bites, and we are sweating every day. So there's really uncomfortable moments. And like even going to the grocery store with Katie the other day, she speaks Spanish fluently, and as you do when you live down here, and my Spanish is crap. So like there was that like moment where my brain was like, I can't do this without her, and she's leaving in a week. Mm-hmm. So I was like, full on panic, spiraling out. And then I caught myself and I was like, oh wait, calm down. My brain's name is Becky. I said, calm down, Becky. Been here, done that. And I got this.
Yeah, I love that. It's sort of like, I can't do this without her. I can't do this without her. And we have these thoughts oftentimes. It's like these automatic thoughts that pop into our head, like, I can't do this without her, or what is wrong with me, or what was I thinking? And when these messages pop up, the thing is take a moment, breathe, and answer them. Is it true that you can't do this without her?
Absolutely not.
How do you know?
Because I've done it before. I arrived in Costa Rica knowing not a lick of Spanish before, and I stayed here for over a year in a community and, did my thing.
Yes. So when we can reflect and remember and remind our brain of the truth, then we can settle more into a comfortable place. It's sort of like, again, when you hear the question or the commentary that is always running in your mind, and instead of just being like, oh my gosh, and letting it one comment build upon the other comment, build upon the other comment, you just turn toward the comment Is it true that I can't do this? No. How do I know? If I look for the proof and I reflect, if I look for the proof, I go, I did it before.
Yeah. And even if you haven't done it before, you have done things in your life that you have been adaptable to. Like, nobody's ready to have a child, right? But you do, and you learn how to become a parent. Nobody's ready for a new relationship, but you do it and you adapt to it. Nobody's ready for heartbreak, but we still get through it. So like there's all those moments that like you can reflect back on, even though it's not this situation right now. And you can say, I've been in places where I'm uncomfortable, and I've been in places where I wasn't ready, and I've been in places where I was terrified, and I got through it.
Yep. It's that reflect and remind. And I like how you're saying, it doesn't always, the things that we have to reflect and remind ourselves of don't have to be a direct reflection of where we are in this moment. It's just find the proof and the truth of what you are capable of. And I think sometimes too, if you struggle finding the truth and the proof, what would happen if you slow down and you actually reflected on the dream? But there's this dream. But I had this dream and I had this desire. And what does it feel like to own the fact that you're moving toward it as opposed to not doing anything at all?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And usually if you're moving towards your dream, that's all you need.
Yeah.
And dreams are both big and small. So it doesn't have to be move to Costa Rica, it can be very simple, but move towards what you want.
Yeah. And staying wide open to everything that you learn along the way or you experience along the way. Because sometimes we can have a dream, and as we start taking steps toward it, all of a sudden a different pathway shows up. And we go, oh, well, that one, oh, I didn't think about that. Was cool. And you start going down that pathway, right?
Yeah.
And I started thinking about, you had said that there's the river there that everybody's playing in. And I was like, oh, I thought there were oceans. Oh, there are oceans. Oh, there are rivers too. I didn't think about there being rivers because my mind just goes to ocean, but there's rivers. And it was really funny how it was like click, click, click in my mind, right? Of how the automatic thought of you're by the ocean or you have no water. And it's like, oh, but there's these really cool rivers.
Yeah.
And then what did my mind do?
It recalibrated.
It did that. And then what did I ask you?
I don't know. What did you ask me?
What's in those rivers?
Oh yeah, what's in the rivers? And you know what I said? I said fish. Fish are in the river.
And my mind goes, what kind of fish? And do they have teeth? And what if there's something else in there that's growing that you don't know about that has really big teeth? And then and my mind, oh Lord, the things that our minds do.
Yeah.
It can be crazy making. And then we had the opportunity, like I was like, oh my God, look at the thoughts that you have and where you're going. I'm like creating creature feature in my mind, it's like, stop. And why? Because then it stops me from ever dreaming.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. Yep. The stories we tell ourselves about the crazy jungle creatures that you don't even know about. Yeah.
Don't exactly exist.
Yeah. That don't even exist. Yeah. Our brains are funny little creatures, and, they can run us or we can work with them in relationship. And that's really kind of what this is all about, is like creating that relationship with your thoughts and with your brain. Like, we're not trying to push the brain away in any way. This is part of who you are, and you need your brain. So have a relationship with your brain. Talk to it. Like I said, I named mine Becky, and that has been working brilliantly, by the way, to actually name her and say, hey, Becky, you need to chill out. I got this, once in a while. Or, hey, Becky, you're not being very nice to me. So if we could just maybe try to reword that, that'd be great.
I love that.
I do too.
That's so good. It's so good because it's so true. And I like too how you're like, it's about creating these relationships with our brain, because a lot of people who do like a lot of self-inquiry and the self-improvement, if you will, think that they have to get rid of or stop or strip away something. And I think so much of what we talk about is how do you actually turn toward and get in relationship with these different parts of yourselves without making them wrong or being rude to yourself about it.
Yeah, right.
Hey, like, hold on. We don't have to be mean. To be nice. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. And, and when she is nice to you, point it out. Like, just like you're in a relationship with somebody else. Like, you look nice today. Everyone likes to hear that. She likes it too. She's like, oh, I'm doing a good job when I say nice things about her. But really, at the end of the day, our brain, anytime it goes into negative, is just trying to protect you. That's
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
And the mind's job oftentimes is to create fear, doubt, and judgment in order to protect you, because it's what we've been really conditioned to do. And a lot of what we get to as we get older is how do I condition myself out of what I was conditioned to do?
Right.
And part of it is ask the questions, answer the questions, and breathe.
Yeah. And give your space some room to just be in transition, sometimes you just need that space to allow yourself to be like a little bit freaked out and a little bit excited, like, I'm not sure what I'm doing. So,
yeah. And there's that other saying, right? Fear is just excitement without breath.
Yeah.
So when we get scared, it's pause and breathe. And when we do, you can bring up and out an excitement instead of getting stuck in the fear.
That's right, Chris.
All right, love. I can't wait to be a part and watch this 3-month journey of you and the kids to see what you all discover about yourselves in life.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited for it too. I'm along for the ride. And as always, folks, if anything was stirred in you today, which I'm sure it was, because this is just so relatable to everybody, please like it, share it, subscribe to it.
Yes. And yeah, sorry, I was just thinking about just the green and the red and the flowers behind you and how different our worlds can be, but they're not. We're still the same people. We're just in different locations and choosing to invite life in, and it's pretty cool. So
that's right.
Until next time.
This is Tea with the K's.
Tea with the K's.
Hasta la pasta, baby.
Bye.
Bye.